Well guys, I am out here doing a little bit of trolling. Hopefully I can get a barracuda before I start fishing under the bridge. Just wanted to show you that there's barely any current out here. It's flat. No, there's no wind out here. There's not an ounce of air. And right now I am at 8 power and I'm going 2.2 miles per hour. So if I go up to 10 power, the fastest I can go is 2.8 against the current. I'm going against the current. Again, there is not that much current. I mean, you can see 2.9 fastest at full speed. So imagine that you're out here. Let me bring this down a little bit. I'm going to bring it down to 8 again. It's going to drop me back down to like 2. Alright. So imagine that you're out here fishing and the current starts to pick up. Okay? And let's just say that you are a couple of miles away from the dock. And if your batteries, if you don't have full batteries, by the time that you get the current and that you have to turn back, it's going to take you a long time. It's going to take you a couple of hours or more just to get back to your dock. And the motor working at full speed, going less than 1 mile per hour, because that's what happens. It goes 0.04 when the current starts to kick. Imagine that 2 miles out, trying to get back in. And that's where my problem is. It's not about the kayak. The actual kayak, the whole of the kayak is great. It's stable, it's good. That's not my problem. My problem is that this motor, it's not strong enough to be out here when there is high currents. It's just not. And it's dangerous because you know, people buy these kayaks thinking that, oh, this is a great kayak. I can go out, I can go fishing off the ocean, you know, I can go off the beach and go out a couple of miles and fish. You know what? Yeah, people have done it in a flat, calm day, but the currents can pick up at any time, anywhere. So you may go out there in a nice, calm day and you're fishing 2 or 3 miles out, and all of a sudden current starts to pick up, and then what? Then what happens? How are you going to get back in? Okay, here in this bridge here, the current starts to kick in the afternoon, normally. When this current starts to kick, I got to get the hell out of here, because the kayak, I can put it in, I can anchor it, right? And it starts to drift me into the bridge little by little. I stay away from the bridge. I never fish right under the bridge. I always stay, I want to say probably 100 yards from the bridge, and I anchor, right? By the time I realize that most of the time that I'm fishing, that I'm catching fish, and I'm not paying attention to my surroundings because I'm catching fish, before I know it, I'm slamming against the bridge. And then when you're slamming against the bridge and you have to shut off the anchor, okay, to go ahead and start moving, the current rips you apart. It takes you, slams you against all of the pilings, and then by the time that you adjust and you try to get out of there, which is going to take you a little bit of time to just even move out of there, you know, people freak out. You know, the kayak goes everywhere, a person can fall overboard and they can get hurt. And those are the things that I'm saying. This kayak, what it needs is a better motor. This is not the type of motor that this kayak should have for this type of fishing. Look, there's not that much current, but you can see here the ripples for the current, right? That's not bad. I can fish there all day long if it stays like that. But it doesn't, and that's the problem. It doesn't. When it starts to pick up a little bit more, I have to get out of here, because if I don't, then I'm going to run into issues. And that's what I'm trying to say. Do not come out here with these kayak thinking that you can be out here fishing and nothing is going to happen, because things will happen. These motors are too small for the currents that are out here in the ocean. So what do they need to do? They need to come up with a motor that can hold, that can move about 8 miles per hour. Something that can move 8 to 10 miles per hour can definitely get you going. I mean, I say 8 miles per hour, you should be fine. Okay, because once you put this on the autopilot and you anchor, that motor is strong enough to keep you where you need to be instead of the current pushing you away from it. Okay, and then you can move out of the current if you need to. You can move and you can at least go at least 3 to 4 miles per hour, you know, back into shore. God forbid it catches you 2-3 miles out there and you can't come in because it's too slow and your batteries are dying. Because, you know, if you're putting this thing at max, if you put it at max, you're not going to make it back. You're going to run out of batteries. You're just not going to make it back. So those are the things I'm saying. I mean, look right now, look at my battery. In a few minutes that we were talking here, my battery dropped 2 points. I was at 64. Now I'm at 62. It hasn't even been 10 minutes. So the batteries do drain pretty fast when you're moving, especially at 10, when you put it in a max. So this is an issue that has to be addressed if they want to sell this kayak as an all-around kayak that you can take out in the ocean, that you can take out in the bay where there's current. If you're going to say that, if you're going to say this is an all-around kayak, make it an all-around kayak. That means you need a bigger motor. You cannot do that with this motor. This kayak right now is meant to be used in a lake or a canal system where there's no current. I'm going to keep saying that, and I don't care what anybody else says. I'm the one that is out here experiencing this. I'm the one that is out here running into the pilings. These pilings have been my best friends lately because they'll be the ones holding me back. So I'm letting you guys know, this is not an all-around kayak. This is a kayak for the lakes. This is a kayak for a canal where there's no current. This is not a kayak for this type of fishing. If they do something about the motor and they put a stronger motor, then I can tell you, yes, this is good. This will work. Because there's nothing wrong with the hull. This is a great hull. This is a great kayak. The motor on this kayak is not meant for strong currents. And that needs to be advised to all of the customers. It's just not. All right, I'm gonna get back to fishing. Another gorgeous day here in the Florida Keys. For you guys that want to know where I'm at in the Keys, I am right off the 7 Mile Bridge. As soon as you pass the 7 Mile Bridge on the right hand side, there is an RV park called Fiesta Key, and that's where I launch off from. Again, I am going out there and see what happens today. I hope that there's not a lot of current. It doesn't look like there is. If there isn't, I should have a pretty good day. If there is, I should have a very short day. I'm going out with 65% of battery charge, which is good. It should last me a couple of hours. If there's no current, it should last me at least 4 hours. But we'll see. I mean, I have 3 FPV batteries, so that should be plenty of battery time. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll tune in with you guys again later and see where we're at. Well, here we go, guys. You're not gonna believe this, but my motor stopped working. I was anchored, and all of a sudden I see myself drifting, and now the motor just stopped working completely. So I am pedaling my ass back to the short line and see what the hell is going on, to see if it's a connection. I mean, it doesn't make any sense because everything's been working perfectly fine. I still got plenty of juice. So let me see what's going on with this stupid thing now. God, I am so frustrated with this kayak. All right, I'll get back. this is what I wanted to show you guys with this Minn Kota motor. As you can see, it's all tangled up. This happens a lot, and there is no current today. Now, why is this not good? Number one, it's pulling on those wires inside the housing, and those wires eventually are going to get damaged, and you're going to have to replace all that. Number two, that by being so tight, it pulls the motor up. Okay, it lifts it up. So right here, this comes up. When it does that, it disengages the motor. So when it does that, imagine that and this has happened to me already 3 times. I've been fishing by the bridge, a lot of current. This thing has got tangled up. It has lifted up the motor a little bit. It disengages it, and guess what happens now? Now I am going with that current at a fast rate, going straight into those pillars. And I have ran into those pillars 3 times already, busted against the kayak, on the side of the kayak. Okay, one time I was with my daughter, and that was scary for her. Okay, so by the time that I get this entangled and I can get this motor to drop back in and get it going again, 3 to 4 minutes has passed by. Okay, I'm already against the current, ran into the bridge, and now it's taking me who knows where. So, guys, this is something that it's a problem. So for all those guys out there that are saying that these kayaks are the best the kayaks out there and all that, yeah, you know what, it's comfortable, there's a lot of good things about it, but this is a problem. This is dangerous. Okay, someone can freak out if that happens to them. They can run into a bridge, they can flip the kayak in that current, okay, or even worse. So this is a kayak that is not for everybody. This kayak is for someone that has experience in the water, and that if this happens to you, you're not going to freak out, and you're going to try to figure it out and get it running again. But this is a problem that needs to be addressed and needs to be fixed, because it could be a potential lawsuit if someone gets injured because of it. So I'm just pointing this out because all you see out there, it's a lot of positive things about these kayaks. And yes, the kayak is great. It's a great kayak. But there are dangerous things that happen with this kayak. Okay, and it's not fair for people to think that this is the greatest kayak, it's safe. It's not as safe as you may think it is. That right there needs to be addressed and needs to be fixed. Other than that, I'm having a great day fishing. I already got a snook. Voy a mandar para Cuba en la kayak esa para que te quedes allá.
Voy a mandárselo a mi amigo Roberto.
¿A quién?
A mi amigo Roberto.
Ya tú sabes. A que vea como nosotros pescamos. A que vea, él va a ver la bola pescada que cogimos hoy. What's up, Nathan? Nathan, you look like a professional now with your fishing rod. Now you're going straight before you were going all over the place. What a beautiful day. out here to die. Da 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 da. It's a rough day. It's very windy, and there's a lot of current. I'm not going against the current, but just to show everyone that everybody's talking about these kayaks, that these autopilot kayaks are so fast, and they're going 3.5 in the current and 3 miles per hour in the current. It's not true. Right now there's moderate wind, as you can see, and there is some current. Look at this. 2.6, 2.7, going full speed. It's not going any faster than that. So, and with the current, the fastest I got it to go was 3.9, sometimes 4, but that was rare. And I am not a huge guy. I weigh 180 pounds, and I don't have that much gear on top of the kayak. So there's a lot of things that you'll see in these videos from these guys that are natural. Just wanted to show you that.